Veterans Day is on Monday, but there is a very unique celebration happening this weekend to support our vets. Army veteran Jesse Sommer sat down with me this morning discussing his upcoming Ruck March event on Sunday. He is the founder of New Scotland Spirits, a business he started while he was still in the military. So you started this business all the way back in 2016. What was the precipice for this, or the moment of inspiration?
It's kind of interesting that you say that. So I was serving my country in the military, and I had this sense of, what is it that I'm serving either overseas or when I'm in the garrison units back home if I'm losing my hometown? I grew up in the town of New Scotland. There was an effort to develop property that was very sacred to members of this community. I had the sense that we wanted to basically use capitalism to fight capitalism, to create another stream of revenue to local farmers who would therefore be able to leverage their fields in the service of growing the grain that we use to distill our spirits, as opposed to surrendering it to a parking lot. And that was the animating principle behind looking to specifically the Army's interest in spirits, which is to say distilled alcohol. That's why I started exploring it. And the interesting thing about whiskey in particular is that you have to anticipate years in the future what the demand will be. So I started this in 2016, but we didn't harvest those barrels until I got out of the military after 10 years in 2022.
This has been a long time in the making.
Yes.
Something I think I hear often from veterans is this, intense love of country, but then there's also this intense love of their hometowns and their communities, and that's very true. So you also decided to bring this event. So this is happening on Sunday, this Ruck March. What is a Ruck March?
Great question. So a Ruck March is something that many veterans would just as soon forget. And in fact, you can see a little bit of the theatrics of what I'm wearing here today. This is the Army combat uniform trousers in which I deployed. I'm reliving my glory days back when my six-pack had not yet turned into the mass of cottage cheese that I now possess.
I don't have my abs anymore either, Jesse, so that can make you feel better. There you go.
Then Stephanie, you need to come out to the Ruck March. It's a 6.8 mile march.
Can anyone do this though?
Yes, and I want to be clear, even though I have brought the rucksack.
Okay, this is the real one.
This is the rucksack in which I'm going to be carrying about 35 to 50 pounds of non-perishable items for donation to the food pantries for the Capital District. Anyone can come out. You do not need to run the 6.8 miles. You don't need to carry a rucksack or a backpack filled with non-perishable items or other weights. You can just come out and join us for a stroll. What the Veterans Day Ruck March nonprofit fundraiser is all about is bringing together veterans who want to continue that legacy of service, to come out, experience the camaraderie of being with friends, family, supporters, neighbors, and have that sense of a shared group mission on the Sunday before Veterans Day.
And I know a lot of veterans really desire to have that group, that community again, especially out of service. Before we go, Jesse, what's your message to veterans out there who might be listening right now and looking up to you?
I would just say, if you're a veteran, you're not looking up to me. You know what the deal is. Just what makes us special is that we came home. The difference between being remembered on Memorial Day and being able to serve the community on Veterans Day is the fact that lucky ones. And so in part, this is supposed to be a day of joy. It's supposed to be a day of coming together and doing what we do best, which is joke around, enjoy one another, and serve the communities that create such a rich tapestry of the military experience.
And just a reminder, if you want to participate in the Ruck March, it is this Sunday, starting and ending at the Voorheesville American Legion on Voorheesville Avenue. Check-in begins at 1:30. Step-off is at 3 p.m. Everyone is invited. And a big thank you again for Jesse Sommer for coming on the show today. Really appreciate it.